Once again, I'm back. Yeah, this your boy PayDayTre, man. This is Cowboys Cash In. But first and foremost, this is Last Second Sports, man, where we give our take down to the last second, man. But like I said, this is Cowboy Cash In every Friday. You know how I do. Yeah, I mean with PayDayTre. But tonight we got a special host. We got a special host, man. But it's nobody unfamiliar. Like I said, y'all know who this is. It's my right hand man, my Virgo twin, my co-host from LSS. It's my boy Jeffy B. How you doing, Jeffy B?
What is up? What is up, man? It's your left hand, man, because I'm a left-hander. So, but
Oh,
hey, I feel good to be here, man. I'm ready to chop it up. I know we got a important game this weekend, so both our teams are facing against each other. So should be fun, man.
and that's the topic of discussion, obviously. You know how we do here on Cowboys Cash In, man. We talk about our current game, which is week nine. And our host this week in our stadium is, of course, none other than the Denver Broncos, which is why Jeffy here is to give his take, which is why Jeff is here to give his take on his team. I don't have to do it. That's great. You know what I mean? Well, anyway, first and foremost, man, I'm not going to hold the fans. You know what I mean? You know what we do. We come in and jump right to it. First thing we do is go ahead and give a quick week eight recap. Like I said, right now we're going into week nine. But to give a quick week eight recap, my team, the Cowboys, we just came off a great win against the Minnesota Vikings. As you all know, no Dak. That, you know what I'm saying, came down to a game time decision. A lot of us kind of maybe thought that, leading up to the week, we kind of seen it was kind of going that direction, but it was what it was, game time decision, no Dak, but hey, no problemo. We still came out with the win. We had old Cooper Rush come out, throw for over 325 yards, threw for 325 yards, two touchdowns, one interception, but that included the game winning touchdown to Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb both went over 100 yards this week. And even Cedric Wilson had three catches for 84 yards, including a 73-yard touchdown. So, and also Cedric Wilson completed a 35-yard pass that was on the road, man. Looked great. So he used to be a former quarterback, I want to say, in high school. I had to throw that out there for him. Running game was average, but again, I think that was the game plan for the Minnesota Vikings, knowing that we had Cooper Rush playing, which was to shut down the run and to force Cooper Rush to beat us, which would have been the smart game plan on most teams' game plan. But Cooper Rush, showed up and showed out. So I'm glad to get the win. It is what it is. Defense, man. Defense played great, though. I got to give them the nod. That's really what it came down to. We held the Minnesota Vikings to 16 points. We won the game 20-16. I mean, to hold the Minnesota Vikings to 16 points, man, when they was pretty much at full tilt, I'm not saying Cats went banged up, but they had both of their outstanding receivers. They had their quarterback. They had their running back. We held them to 16 points in their home. One touchdown, three field goals. So I think that was great. Michael Parsons ended up being NFL Player of the Week, Defensive Player of the Week this week. He had 11 total tackles, 10 solo, 4 tackles for a loss. So great game by him. Another great game by a rookie who's on his way for being defensive rookie of the year in my eyes. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's pretty much what I got to say about the game, man. Another great win. We moved to 6-1. And another thing, before I pass on to you to talk about your Broncos, one thing I got to mention about Michael Parsons, what helped him this week, is that Jerron Kearse, who is actually one of our starting safeties, who's actually, this is his first year with the Cowboys. He's a journeyman, but he came over and he was the one who had the green dot this week, which is the player who was responsible for calling the plays, which usually would be Michael Parsons' responsibility playing the middle linebacker, inside linebacker. But they gave their responsibility to more of a veteran and let Michael Parsons not have to think so much and just pretty much roam the field and just hit target, see target, hit target, destroy. You know what I mean? And that's what he do best. So I feel like that was a great thing that worked in our favor with him too. And we should continue to do that too until he's more comfortable and becomes more of a veteran in the league. But that's my week 8 recap, man. I won't go on any longer, man. I'm going to toss it to you, man. I see y'all Broncos had a game against Washington. So give me a quick recap, on y'all's game this past week.
Yeah, this past week, man, it wasn't the prettiest game. It was an ugly win, especially in the end. We had a chance to just lock it up and not have to sweat the game, but we couldn't even do that. So it was tough, man. It was a win. A win's a win, but it was definitely one of the uglier wins. If you were to see the game, at the end of the game, we had an interception. We were the road to victory was there, right? And then that last drive that we had, the last possession that we had 2 fumbles. Not one. We had 2. We lost 1. Teddy B threw the ball when all you have to do is just run out the clock. There's like a minute left. All you have to do is run the clock. Take the sack even. If you got to take the sack, take the sack. He threw the dang ball. It was an incomplete pass. And it was one of the uglier wins that I've ever seen. But again, I'm glad they won. It was bittersweet. We lost Von Miller the next day. It is what it is. But yeah, man, I mean, you know, with this Broncos team right now, it's up and down for me. It's a roller coaster. You know, there's some weeks where I'm super elated, I'm happy, and then other weeks, man, I'm just like, what is going on? But somehow we're 500, so I guess it could be worse.
Definitely could be worse. Definitely could be worse. And like you said, a win is a win, man. I mean, whether it's ugly or not, a win is a win. You'd rather get that W. So, I mean, it is what it is. They did their job. But, you know, they have been struggling. I mean, I'll get to that. And we'll get to more of that, too, when we talk about, you know, our team. But to pass up on the Week 8 recap, man, I want to jump to some more things before we actually get into our predictions and the preview for our game. And that's some things that's definitely going to impact the game. And that's the injuries. I mean, I want to get into some injury updates as far as players that we all are aware of as far as like Dak, and also some players that's on IR, coming off IR, that should be coming up from our team, you know, soon. Right off top, let's go and get to the man, the number 4, man, the lead man on the team, our quarterback, Dak. Of course, he sat out last week, you know, game time decision. He actually looked pretty good in warm-ups, but I think it was a smart decision. Of course, hindsight 2020, it definitely was a smart decision. We still got the W, and there's a lot of people that think we should sit him out one more game, you know, again. But at the end of the day, if he's able to go, then let him roll, man. That's the way I believe. I'd be okay if they set him out, but if they set him out, that's because they believe he needs to sit out one more week. But if he's ready to roll, let him roll. And he's had a full practice the last 2 days, and he's ready to go. So I'm cool with that. CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper, though, you know, there's some 2 cats on the injury report. CeeDee Lamb actually tweaked his ankle, I want to say Wednesday in practice. And of course, we know Amari has the hamstring thing that's been bothering him. You know, he was on the sideline with the tennis ball this past game before he came in and caught the winning touchdown, of course. They've been limited to practice all week, but they're playing. I mean, as far as McCarthy said, there's no concern. They're going to play. Tyron Smith, though, that's big. Tyron Smith actually left the game last week, and he's dealing with a ankle injury too, a bone spur. You know, they say he needs some rest. So he's actually already been said to be out this week. So what we plan on doing, because when Lyle Collins came back last week, we didn't move him into the starting positions. Steele has been playing so good that we allowed him to keep his spot. But this week, he's going to actually be the traditional swing tackle. He's going to move to the left spot. Lyle Collins will be back in the starting lineup at the right tackle position. So that's how we're going to play that. But Tyron, get healthy. You know, sit out a game or 2 if you have to, but we need him. I'm happy to see it's not the neck injury and the back injury that's been lingering him and bothering him for the past few years, but still, injury's an injury, and we need him. He's been playing. PFF has him as a top 3 tackle right now as far as graded wise. So, and we all know he's a future Hall of Famer. Another injury, Blake Jarwin, you know, our second tight end, he has a hip injury. He's out. And again, to some players that we all been waiting on, though. Michael Gallup, we all know, you know, after playing week 1 against Tampa Bay, he's been out ever since with the calf injury. He was placed on IR. He's actually has started back practicing off that window coming off IR. But I think he's going to be out again this week. You know what I mean? I think they're trying to be, you know, real cautious with him. He's week to week. D-Law, same thing. You know, he fractured his foot after week 1 in practice. He's still on IR. You know what I'm saying? But he is working on the side with resistant cords and looking pretty good. Based on what the coaches are saying. But it's still a few weeks, I think, till he's out. They're considering him week to week, but I still think it's a few weeks before we see him. Same thing with Neville Gallimore, who hyperextended his elbow in preseason. And he's actually should have been back already, but they're being very cautious with him because of his position. He plays defensive tackle, which is in the trenches. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of that psychological too, because his arm, you know, they got to make sure his mind right. Not only is his body right, but he's been looking okay. He's progressing, you know what I'm saying? Pushing the sled, doing a few things, but still a few weeks out in my mind. So that's our injury update. You know, no real big names coming back this week as far as the guys has been on IR, but they are getting closer. But I think it'll be a week that we'll be okay for the most part. But what about your Broncos, man? I got a few injuries going on. What's going on over there?
Yeah, man. I mean, I think the biggest injury right now is Garrett Bowles, our left tackle, our starting left tackle, is out. That's going to hurt us. You know, Teddy B's not the most durable quarterback out there. So if he gets hurt, then we're stuck with Drew Lock, which could also be a good thing. You know, we might need just a change of scenery back there. But yeah, that Garrett Bowles injury is going to hurt. Noah Fant is in the COVID reserve list, so he's not going to play. They haven't really been using our tight end as I would like them to use. So I don't know if that's going to change anything. Alberto, the other tight end that we have, very talented, very athletic. He's also questionable. And then another standout player, Malik Reed. You know, I know we just talked about Von Miller and how he's no longer with the team. But I felt really good because Malik Reed is an up and coming star. He's a great pass rusher. But with him being questionable this week, I think he hurt himself in practice this Thursday, didn't practice at all today. That one I'm going to keep track on, because if we don't have Malik Reed, putting pressure on Dak, then you guys might be throwing it all over the place this week. As far as other injuries go, notable injuries, those are the main ones that I'm concerned of. Really the left tackle, the pass rusher, the tight ends, both tight ends. So we're hurting, man. It's not, we're not full strength, but
we have
this game is looking more like a Cowboys victory. I hate to say it, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, even I would have been like, I have confidence in my team. It's just, injuries happen. So I don't know. What other names did you have?
No, you had it. I mean, you ran down the ones I had on here, man. Of course, like I said, I was the only one that pretty much gave me fantasy implications. Of course, Noah Fant. I was looking at him and his situation, man. What is that, COVID, or is he actually hurt? What's wrong with him?
No, he's on the COVID reserve list.
Yeah, COVID. And I seen him Malik Reed.
It is what it is with Noah Fant. I feel like the Broncos don't utilize him like I think they should. He's a very talented tight end pass catcher. But recently they just haven't been really targeting him as much. He's being underused. But it does hurt a little bit. He's still a weapon out there for Teddy Bridgewater. So unfortunately, he's not going to be out there. And then I also felt good about Alberto, who's our backup tight end. It's just that now he's questionable.
He banged up, yeah.
We'll see. I don't know exactly who our third tight end is. But
he's your third. Patrick. What's the dude that came in and played quarterback last year? The receiver. What's his name? You know what I'm talking about?
The receiver, yeah.
That's y'all's third tight. He's like y'all's third.
He's our tight end.
He comes in and plays third everything, bro. I thought it was Patrick, but maybe it wasn't Patrick. But Patrick,
it wasn't Tim Patrick. Tim Patrick's a great receiver, bro.
He really is. I like Patrick, but I thought he was the cat that was
No, Kendall Hinton.
Yeah, Hinton. Okay, that's what it was.
Kendall Hinton. That's who filled in for the quarterback. He might fill in for tight end. Shoot, he might be filling in for Malik Reed, So
Malik Reed's, I think y'all leading sacker right now, huh?
Yeah, he is. Malik Reed is solid, man. Undrafted college free agent. We also have Jonathan Cooper from Ohio State, who's on the other side. He's up and coming. Not a lot of people know about him. He's a rookie. That's why I felt like Vaughn was expendable. Obviously you can't replace Vaughn, generational talent, generational player, but at the same time, I get it. We needed that those draft picks for next year. That just speaks volume on where our team is headed. I don't think it's, it's finally like for us Broncos fans. I know it's half and half. Obviously, I was super devastated when they traded Vaughn, but at the same time, I'm like, you know what? We're planning for the future. We're getting future draft picks. Hopefully, we can get our future quarterback too here in the next year.
Yeah, we can tell him. Our boy Matthew said, "Hey, what's up, Matthew? Glad you tuning in, my boy." Also, our boy Matt says, "Salute to you. Salute to you too, my boy. Glad you tuned in."
I'll have salute, bro.
Okay, yeah, okay. TD, you know what I'm saying? I love me some TD. Even though we had that debate about it.
Oh, do you?
Terrell Davis. I wasn't hating on Terrell Davis. I mean, it was questionable when they brought up the stats as far as HOF, but I mean, because I didn't know his career, I mean, had him being at the top was so short. But I love TD. TD ain't never done nothing wrong. He was outstanding running back. Not better than Emmitt Smith, but anyway, we'll get there. I had to throw my little shot in, man. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to the meat and potatoes, man. What we really here for. We've already been giving our updates on injuries and different things and touching on it, but let's go and get down to it for real. And that's the preview for the game this week, of course, and our prediction on what the outcome. Cowboys 6-1. We have the Broncos visiting, who was 4-4, like Jeff mentioned. Real quick, man, because of the things we mentioned, the injuries, especially on you guys' team, and like you said, I feel like you guys are kind of playing for the future. Getting rid of Von Miller. I heard that Fuller was on the trade block or whatever, right? So y'all talking about getting rid of him. So it sounds like the Broncos are trying to stack up some picks and already looking towards the future. So I mean, hey, that makes me feel good. Also, I'm happy that Von Miller decided to leave this week before he faces us. This is hometown team. If you ain't gonna come over here to us, go ahead and leave. We don't need that extra pressure on Dak. Dak's nursing a little injury coming back. Hey, Von, hey, peace be with you. We'll see you in the playoffs, brother. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But outside of that, man, that's the way I feel. I mean, hopefully not.
I hope you eat those words, because I hope the Cowboys do face the Rams and
hey, if
Von
we do,
Miller
we do.
gets 3 or 4 sacks.
He won't. I'm not saying he won't show out, but 3 or 4 sacks, nah. Only way he gonna get that is if one of our he ain't got that all year in 6 games. So, I mean, he ain't getting that on us Cowboys in the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Okay,
no disrespect to Von Miller, but we have 2 great offensive tackles too, and as long as they healthy, it's not gonna be no guy that's gonna get 3-4 sacks on us in one game. Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna happen. We don't play that. You know what I'm saying? But that leads to my prediction, which y'all leading the sacker being out and all the things we mentioned, blah 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 blah. I'm actually predicting us to win this game 31-20. Man, I'm predicting us to win this game pretty. Yeah, I'm still thinking y'all can put up 20 on the board. You know what I mean? But I'm thinking we're gonna win this game 31-20. I don't think that's too disrespectful. I've seen some predictions look close. I've seen some farther away. I think Vegas actually has us like a right around a 10-point. Lead right now, 10-point. That's the the over and under or whatever right now. So
yeah,
hey, that's what I'm riding with. What you think, man?
Look, I mean, I do think it's going to be a close game. I feel like somehow the Broncos always come close to the victories with these type of games. I know it feels like it's going to be a blowout with the Cowboys winning. I'm torn. I'm very torn because I got to be strategic because we have our pick'ems, and I feel like all 3 of you haters are definitely going to be picking the Cowboys. I also feel like the Cowboys are going to win this, but I do feel like it's going to be close. I'll say 20-17. Field goal. Field goal.
Hey, as long as you got us winning, I ain't mad at that. But you think it'll be pretty close? Hey, a part of me, like I said, does think that the Broncos can come out and be competitive and make it a close game. But one thing I will say about my Cowboys so far this year, I mean, I like how you threw that. One thing I will say about my Cowboys this year is that we haven't played down the competition. Some teams, play down the competition, or they feel like it's a game that they got sold up, so they come out and kind of, like I said, play down the competition. I feel like my Cowboys so far has came out and played their game every game, and they played good enough to win every game, even in the game that they lost, the one game against Tampa Bay, number 1, week 1. I feel like every game we played good enough to win, and we won all of them but 1. And if we come out and Dak's looking healthy and doing this thing, I feel like we should win it pretty good. 3 points may be a little too generous. I'd say closer to a touchdown. Of course, my prediction is giving us an 11-point lead, but I say we win pretty good by at least a touchdown. That's the way I feel. You know what I mean? But to stick with this, man, jump with our game. Let's go and jump to a topic that we both love, something that we love to do, and that's, of course, fantasy football, man. Let's go ahead and talk about the fantasy football implications for this week. For this game.
I got that new Jerry Jeudy, bro. Let's talk about fantasy. First of all, start Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Judy's gonna have a great game this week. That's why I have his jersey on now. I mean, look, I'm in Cali right now. I'm not even home. But my Von Miller jersey is still back home. I'm still repping Von, bro. I'm a Von Miller fan. So regardless on which team he plays for, I'm still gonna root for the man. But yeah, as far as fantasy implications this week for my team, I would say Courtland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy. I do like both of them. I know you guys have Trayvon Diggs over there. He's been really showing up this year. But I don't know. I just like our receiver, especially the fact that we don't have Noah Fant. I think it's going to help. I do also like Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams. So I would start all 4 of them. I think they're going to have a good game.
Okay, well, yeah, let me go and touch on that before I jump to my team. I do believe in the Jeudy and the Sutton and the pass catchers over there because I do think that y'all going to be having to play catch-up most of the game. Well, you didn't mention the running backs much about them. What about them? You sitting them? They flexing?
No, I did. I did. I said I like Javonte. I like Melvin Gordon. I think we, like you said, we're going to have to keep up, to try to win. I don't think it's going to be like a defensive game, even though I predicted 20-17. But I do think we're going to have to, show up a little bit. And our offensive coordinator is on the hot seat. I think a lot of people dislike the way he calls the game, calls the play. That's Pat Shurmur. people want him gone. So he needs to be innovative this week. He needs to show us something different. Use our running backs. We have 2 talented running backs back there. We have talented wide receivers. We need to show up this week. Otherwise, it might be a blowout. But if we can fix our offense, I think we'll have a chance.
Nah, y'all ain't gonna have no chance, man. But I hear what you're saying, man. It sounds good. It sounds good as a Bronco. I love you, bro. I love you, but I'm saying it sounds good as a Bronco fan.
Okay.
I don't think y'all. I mean, everybody. I mean, of course, to be technical, everyone has a chance on Sundays. I know that's not what you're being, but I will.
This might be a trap game for you guys. You know what? I might switch my pick.
Please do. Yeah, please. Did you make a pick last night? Did you make a pick last night?
I'm sure I picked. I think I did.
I forgot. I don't know. I didn't look. Yes. I mean, Thursday be getting me sometime, man. Because I'll be like, man, I didn't go check it out.
I hope you guys all forgot.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I doubt Naylor did. Naylor on it. He ain't forgot. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Brad did. Are you? Because y'all forgot.
I did. Bro, I remembered. Got the calls through and through, baby.
Yeah, I know. Did everybody? Was it am I the one who forgot?
Let me see. I hope not. I hope all of you guys forgot.
No, Naylor didn't forgot.
No. You were the only one, man.
That's crazy. That was a give me too.
But those are the ones that I'd be missing too. The gimmies.
Yeah.
Those are the ones I'm like, what? What do you mean? How did I forget this one? It's not even 50-50s.
For real, man. But anyway, let's jump to my team. Like I said, I like that. I like the Bronco fancy implications. But let me go and give you the starting six for the Cowboys. Of course, start them all, man. I mean, start Dak Prescott, start Zeke Elliott, start Amari Cooper, start CeeDee Lamb, even start Dalton Schultz at the tight end position because it's so thin. And I wouldn't even be mad if you had to dig deep and start our defense, you know what I mean, against this Bronco offense, because I feel like we're going to force them to play catch up. And with the injuries on the offensive line and with the points I expect my team to put up, I can see maybe some turnovers here and there. I don't see them having a blow-up game. So it may be a safe defense to roll with. Not a defense who's going to, maybe win you this week in fantasy, but definitely might be a safe defense with some of the teams on bye. As far as Pollard goes, I'm kind of still, iffy about Pollard, man. If you're in a deeper league, you may have to play him as a flex because, there's not too many options there. But, lately he's still getting opportunities here and there. But, lately and based on game plan and game flow, he has to pick up the crumbs from Zeke, So some games, both of them eat. Some games, only Zeke eat, But so you got to temper expectation when it comes to Pollard. But in deeper leagues, I like him. So pretty much, like I said, start everybody, flex Pollard. The only one I sit, man, is Jerry Jones. I wouldn't sit nobody else, man. You can start everybody else. We ready to ride against these Denver Broncos. I wish you was in Dallas. I wish you was in Dallas and not in Cali, so we can go and have a beer or something and chill, and I can go and laugh in your face all game. I wouldn't do you like that, bro. You know what I mean? That's why y'all hate us Cowboy fans. But hey, I'm just playing with you, bro. Now
the disrespect on this defense. You forget this defense is not that bad, bro. Like that secondary is still good. Amari, I mean, it depends, man. I am a true believer in Pat Surtain the second. I feel like he is our best corner. So it depends on who he goes against. If he goes against CD, then Amari Cooper is going to have a big game. If he goes against Amari, then CD is going to have a big game. So that's my opinion. I do like Pat Surtain. So whoever he's going against, I would watch out. I would watch out on which receiver you're putting up there. Dalton Schultz. I mean, surprisingly, the Broncos have been really good against tight ends this year, so I would be hesitant to play Dalton Schultz. Exactly. They will. He's just speaking facts.
Get him out.
I do like Zeke. I think Zeke's, he's a good play this week. And Tony Pollard too. I like both running backs, but again, whoever PS2 is going against, I would steer away from him. I know it's hard to tell until game time. It is what it is. You might have to play both receivers. And I don't know. I don't feel confident in Dalton Schultz, man. I do trust our defense to go to make sure that he's not getting a big game.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that. And like I said, Dak, Zeke. I mean, PS2, PS3, PlayStation 5, whatever y'all call him, man. We ain't worried about him. We wanted to draft the kid. Of
You're
course,
not worried?
no, we're not worried about him, man. Like I said, we've been doing our thing against any defense. You know what I mean? Like I said, with the offense we got in the way Dak playing ball, I mean,
Okay.
the only thing a defense could do is kind of try to hamper us, but we'll hang up 30 on y'all's defense and any defense, man. You know, we didn't play a couple defenses when we crossed them. That was supposed to be number one.
You know what? I'm changing my pick.
Thank you. 24
to 17 Broncos.
I love it.
Because of you, bro. Because of you.
I love it.
And especially since you didn't even pick anyone last night. Like that just makes me feel even more confident. Like I feel
well, like I said, I've only missed one game so far this year. You and Rad had already missed 2, so now I'm even with y'all. We all are missing 2 games on our overall record.
I feel like I missed 3. I think maybe.
No, I think you missed 2. You know, I looked at it. You know, last week you and Rad had missed 2. I had missed 1 because I still had 1 more overall game. Now I'm tied with you guys. Naylor still, you know, but I'm right there. I ain't worried about it. Especially if you pick the Broncos, please do. Go ahead, ride with your team, man.
I love it. I will.
Man, ride with your. I'm gonna let the fans know next week
24 to 17. Okay.
I like it. I
might not even give you 17, honestly.
Yeah, go on, make it even worse. Make it worse.
24 to 10, maybe.
That's what we're gonna win. That's about what the Cowboys is gonna win, about 24 to 10 off in there. We should bust y'all up pretty good. I don't know. We're gonna see. But I do, like I said, I don't disrespect no teams, man. I mean, other than the Lions. But like I said, I do think that y'all can come and make it competitive. But the only way we're going to lose this game is if we beat ourselves, man. That's strongly what I feel. That's what it's NFC low this year. 5 people watching to it. Yeah, for real. How you do that? Yeah, I mean, he the dude, though. Mike Mosley. Okay. Hey. Like I said, I post this in the Cowboy forum. This when they come in and check it out. We're going a little early today. You know what I mean? Jeff on the West Coast. I got things to do. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, y'all just come in and tune in to get this knowledge about these Cowboys. But we ain't going to be here much longer. You know, I really don't run nothing about 30 minutes or so. Got my boy here. We didn't get you the fantasy implications. Go follow those because we both know our stuff. You know what I mean? But now we're going to go and get down. I want to get down to the last topic, what I go over, man. And that's usually the NFC East lease. Whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? The week 9 predictions after this week. Of course, the Cowboys, like I mentioned, we play the Broncos. We're 6-1 right now. I expect us to win this week and move to 7-1 in the division. The Eagles play the Chargers. You know what I mean? I want to say, I don't know if they're at home or away. I got to look that up. But regardless, I'm picking the Chargers in that game. What you think about that game?
Chargers. Ooh, Eagles against the Chargers. The Chargers hasn't been looking that great lately.
They haven't.
Who's at home? LA?
That's a good question. Let me look it up for you real quick. Because like I said, I'm biased, obviously, because of the Philadelphia. But you are right. The Chargers ain't been. A couple weeks ago, I would have been able to say LA.
Sound right.
Yeah, with no hesitation. Now I am kind of like, and the Eagles, I think, some games they show up, some games they don't. The Eagles are at home.
Eagles are at home?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Let's say it then. Say it.
Ooh.
Say it.
The Eagles, baby. The Eagles, baby. Fly, Eagle, fly. Let's go.
Woo!
Now that they're at home? Okay.
Okay, well, like I said, I predicted the Eagles lose to the Chargers, you know what I'm saying? But I may have to go look at that. But I am gonna probably ride with Chargers in that, hands down. So I think the Eagles, who are 3-5 right now, will move to 3-6.
Mike Williams is back. Mike Williams is back. Just for fantasy owners, he's back.
Look, I predict. The Eagles actually who they just beat. The Lions. Because I predicted the Lions beat them, and they came out there and smashed the gas on the Lions. That was a horrible prediction. Really Rad, I'm not going with your team no more. Ever. We already told them Rad, ever. I thought that was the game, man. But I have to roll with the Eagles, man. Y'all didn't do nothing right. But yeah, so I predict the Eagles lose. Washington's on bye right now. They're 2-6, so they'll continue to be 2-6. And then we have the Giants, man. And the Giants is actually playing the Raiders, and they playing at home. What you think about that?
The Giants are playing at home?
Yeah, Giants playing at home too against the Raiders.
Ooh. I don't know. I like the Raiders. I think the Raiders are legit, actually.
Yeah, Ravens are 5-2. They're 5-2. The Giants are 2-6.
How about the Raiders? The Raiders have gone through so much adversity this year, and somehow they're still first place. in their division. It's weird. I'll go the Raiders, just because anytime they face adversity, they somehow win.
Agreed. I'm going with the Raiders too, man. So after those losses, in my eyes, like I said, the Cowboys will be 7-1. Philly will be 3-6, followed by Washington, who's 2-6, and the Giants, who after losing the Raiders, will be 2-7. So we'll have a healthy, 4 to 5 game lead in the division, man, which should lead to a division win. But we're trying to go for that NFC number 1 seed, man, because the NFC is stacked. As somebody mentioned earlier, my boy Ken said, man, it is stacked. It's a lot of actually out of the top 6-7 teams in the NFL, 5 of them are in the NFC, hands down. So I mean, it's going to be a hard road until the Super Bowl. But I do feel like my team.
All that work just to lose in the first round.
Oh no, we're not gonna lose in the first round, baby boy.
Dang.
We're probably gonna have a first round bye while you're talking. You better chill out. You can't get fired on your day off. You can't get fired on your day off. You can't get fired. Well, I guess you can, but in the NFL, you're not going to. I guess you can. That's the whole reason. But we're not. We're going for that number 1 seed. But like I said, and as far as somebody saying we're gonna lose in the playoffs, I mean every team losing the playoffs other than one. So, I mean, unless you're going to be the Super Bowl champ, then you're going to lose sometime in the playoffs, even if that's in the big game. But I do like, so if you want to pick the field against my Cowboys, I can't get mad about that. I'm a betting man. I understand the odds. But I will say right now, my team has as good a chance as any the way we're looking on the field. So it is what it is now. But it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And towards the end of the season, this last little stretch, and of course going into the playoffs, we'll really be able to separate the contenders from the pretenders. But I expect my team to be a contender right there in the end. So we'll see. But that wraps it up for me, man. You got any last thing to say, man, to the fans? I'm gonna let you get back to your vacation.
No, man. I mean, I think we touched on it. All I know is it's going to be an upset this week. Unfortunately, Trey might not be here next week just because he's going to be crying. He's going to be in his bed, in his bathrobe, crying, eating Haagen-Dazs ice cream.
In the car crying with the rain. The rain
hitting
the window.
Yep. So playing in the background.
You might not be here next week. I'm trying to tell you that because I mean, well, you'll be here because you already know your team gonna lose anyway. Right now, you just being a homer, and I love it. I respect it. You know what I mean? Stand up for your team, man. Don't let me see you change the pickles. Don't let the pickles come through and I see Jeff and got the Cowboys next to it. I'm like, I'm coming in here and telling all the fans Jeff still picked the Cowboys. He was a smart man. Now he went against his heart and went with his mind. You know what I mean? But regardless though, man, I hope it's a good game. Obviously I hope my team win, but no disrespect to your team. Like I said, I feel like your team is trying to look towards the future, and I do expect them to come out and be competitive. And let's just hope it's a good game, man. But it is what it is. But that's a wrap up, man.
It's gonna be a great game. It's gonna be a great game.
I hope it's a great game. I mean, I hope it really is. You know what I mean? So good luck to you, brother. You know what I mean? Hopefully y'all don't lose by much. Time to wrap it up right here, man. Cowboys Cash In with your host, PayDayTre, man. And my boy, my left-hand man, Jeffy B, my co-host from LSS, Last Second Sports, showing up and showing out, talking about his Broncos, man. We're going to show Jeff some love and some respect. But we love y'all, man. We out. Enjoy your Friday. Be careful out there, man. And we'll see y'all tomorrow night for our Last Second Sports show where we give our actually pick'ems, and we'll all be here, you know what I mean, to talk our stuff. So again, man, over and out, man. Love y'all. Appreciate it again, Jeffy B. We out.
Peace.